We're back once again at Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 6. You shall buy meat of them for money that you may eat, and you shall also buy water of them for money that you may drink. For the Lord your God has blessed you in all the works of your hand. He knows you're walking through this great wilderness. These 40 years the Lord your God has been with you, and you have lacked nothing. Notes, in other words, the Lord was telling them exactly what to do. The Lord proved to Israel that even though they were in the wilderness, still He could set a table for them, in which He did. I believe that I think this song is actually written for that particular occasion. That's Psalms chapter 78, verses 19 through up to about 30, or 29, okay? Verse 8. And when we passed by from our brethren, the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, through the way of the plain from Elath, and from Ezion-Geber, we turned and passed by the way of the wilderness of Moab. And the Lord said unto me, Distress not the Moabites, neither contend with them in battle, for I will not give you of their land for a possession, because I have given Ar unto the children of Lot for a possession. Notes, once again, this goes back to the book of Genesis in chapter 19, verse 36 through 38. Verse 10. The Emims dwelt there in times past, a people great and many and tall as the Anakims, which also were accounted giants as the Anakims, but the Moabites called them Emims. Notes, now, these were a race of giants through the ungodly union of fallen angels and women, and God was grossly displeased with that, and we're gonna see them get dealt with a little bit later on. But anyways, this goes back to Genesis chapter 6, verse 4. Verse 12. The Horims also dwelt in Seir before time, but the children of Esau succeeded them when they had destroyed them from before them, and dwelt in their stead, as Israel did unto the land of his possession, which the Lord gave unto them. Verse 13. Now rise up, said I, and get you over the brook of Zered. And we went over the brook Zered. And the space in which we came from Kadesh Barnea until we were come over the brook Zered was 38 years, until all the generation of the men of war were wasted out from among the host, as the Lord swore unto them. For indeed the hand of the Lord was against them to destroy them from among the host until they were consumed. Notes. For a little bit extra, you should read Hebrews chapter 4, verse 1 and onward. Verse 16. So it came to pass, when all the men of war were consumed and dead from among the people, that the Lord spoke unto me again, saying, You are to pass over through Ar, the coast of Moab, this day. Notes. Now it took Israel lay for 38 years in the wilderness, paralyzed pretty much by unbelief, like the man at the pool of Bethesda in John chapter 5, verse 5. Now this particular individual, he pictured the nation. Now Jesus, the true Joshua, brought him over the unseen Jordan into the goodly land. But the Pharisees and scribes of that day were as blind to such wonders as are the Pharisees and scribes of our present times. Are you listening, modern church? Verse 17. Verse 19. And when you come near over against the children of Ammon, distress them not, nor meddle with them, for I will not give you of the land of the children of Ammon any possession, because I have given it unto the children of Lot for a possession. Notes, that would be Genesis chapter 19, verse 38. Verse 20. That also was accounted a land of giants. Giants dwell therein in old time, and the Ammonites called them Zamzamims. Verse 21, a people great and many and tall as the Anakims, but the Lord destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead. As he did to the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, when he destroyed the Horims from before them. and they succeeded them, and dwelt in their stead even unto this day. Verse 23. And the Avims which dwelt in Hazarim, even unto Azza, the Caphtorims which came out of Caphtor, destroyed them, and dwelt in their stead. Notes. Now, the giants spoken of in these verses, who were about 9 feet plus tall, they were the offspring of the union of fallen angels and women way back there in Genesis chapter 6. Now, Satan tried this tactic before the flood and even after the flood. In fact, this was one of the great reasons for the flood. After the flood, Satan would seek to populate the area of this promised land in order to hinder the children of Israel, which would be polluting them so as to stop the seed line of the coming Messiah. If it is to be noticed, the verses of our study proclaim the fact that the Lord helped various people to defeat these giants without them, of course, knowing it was the Lord who had done such. Verse 24. Rise you up, take your journey, and pass over the river Arnon. Behold, I have given into your hand Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land. Begin to possess it, and contend with him in battle. Notes. Now, as should be very obvious right here, the Lord is the one who gives the victory. The river Arnon was to be the east side of the Dead Sea, about halfway of that body of water. Verse 25. This day will I begin to put the dread of you and the fear of you upon the nations who are under the whole heaven, who shall hear report of you and shall tremble, and be in anguish because of you. Notice, and this is speaking of the nations near the promised land. They would have had this 38 years before, but, well, they didn't believe in God, or they didn't trust Him, I should say. How many people fall into that category? They believe in God, but they just don't have the gumption to trust His Word. Verse 26. And I sent messengers out of the wilderness to Kedemoth unto Sihon, king of Heshbon, with words of peace, saying, Let me pass through your land. I will go along by the high way. I will neither turn unto the right hand nor to the left. Verse 28. You shall sell me meat for money that I may eat, and give me water for money that I may drink. One I will pass through on my feet. Notes. This basically means that they would not stop for any length of time. They're going to get things done very quickly. Verse 29. As the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, and the Moabites, which dwelt in Ar, did unto me, until I shall pass over Jordan unto the land which the Lord our God gives us. Verse 30. But Sihon, king of Heshbon, would not let us pass by him. For the Lord your God hardened his spirit, and made his heart obstinate, that he might deliver him into your hand, as appears this day. Notes. In these particular statements, as given by Moses, we are given a behind-the-scenes view of the manner in which the Lord works. When his children are in his will, thereby walking obediently, he pulls all the strings, so to speak. He will do such now exactly as he did then if the believer will walk in obedience. This does not mean that God literally grabbed this guy and caused him to do these things, but rather he actually presented the opportunity, much like he did Pharaoh back there in the book of Exodus. Verse 31. And the Lord God said unto me, Behold, I have begun to give Sihon and his land before you. Begin to possess, that you may inherit his land. Then Sihon came out against us, he and all his people, to fight at Jahaz. And the Lord our God delivered him before us, and we smote him and his sons and all his people. And we took all the... My throat's getting very dry. Well, we'll have to pick up in chapter 2, verse 33. Thank you very much.